Hello, powerful one. Welcome to this edition of Inner Growth to Says Why Enemy. Today, let's talk about inspiration. What is inspiration? We know that life exists on the basis of inspiration and expiration. You take in oxygen and you give out carbon dioxide. You inject energy and you also give out energy. The process of breathing in is inspiration, that's inspiring. And the process of breathing out is expiration. You are giving out. So by inspiration, you are taking from the universe. And by expiration, you are giving back to the universe. See, in every house you occupy, you pay rent. In every city that you live in, you pay taxes and rent and all of that to be able to continue to stay there. Now, you are a tenant master in this house called the body. In order to live successfully in this body, you must inspire, you must take from the city that you live in, which is the external world, the outer universe. And then as a recompense, as a payback, you must also expire. You must give out to the world. That is how it goes. So now, how does this affect the sense inspiration as we know it, as in catching some special ideas? We'll continue with this when we come back from this break. I am Osezwa Anthony Elimihe. You know me. I am in the game of helping you grow from inside out. That is the dream. Welcome back. First of all, let me tell you that the reason you have great ideas coming from the universe is because you need to serve with that idea. You need to convert that sensory energy into material energy. So what comes to you as inspiration actually is material energy in subtle form. All right? Now that energy is inexhaustible, but it can be occluded, it can be blocked, it can be hidden, depending on how you treat the inspiration. Now, there are two phases of inspiration. There is the arrival phase, where you just got it and it sets you ablaze. You are blissfully restless. You want to achieve, you want to run with it, you want to take action, you want to do with the inspiration. But this is it. Wise counsel based on experience is this: don't do. Once inspiration is at the arrival stage in your life, please don't do anything. Don't run with it. Don't start making phone calls. Don't start visiting people and start telling them, I have this idea. And at that particular time, it is brittle, it is fragile, and it is capable of being killed. Energy cannot be destroyed. So why am I saying that it is capable of being killed? Yeah, killing simply means changing of the state of energy. So that energy of inspiration that is bubbly, that is pushing you, can actually be converted against you by the channels that you are going to. Because remember that all the demons in our lives are positive energies that have been corrupted by negative vibes by the people to whom we expose them. What is the purpose of this inspiration being sent to you? You are not to use the energy of the inspiration to achieve a result. No. You are to go to the second phase, which is the phase of nativization, that is internalization. That energy of inspiration should become part and parcel of your cell language, of your cell power, of your cell expression, of your muscles. Everything about you should imbibe this energy, and it becomes native to your system. Then it will now power, now watch it, it will now power your already existing energy. And at that moment in time, it will no longer be running as a guest in your house. It will be running as a part and parcel of your community, your mental, your inner community, your inner universe. And from that point, it will become what you use as a juice to achieve results. That is the level of nativization. You make it native to yourself. It cannot be taken away from you. Now, what then happens when that happens? You will exude the can-do aura because you have become one with the energy, one with that inspiration. Then you can achieve a lot of things. Now you become very attractive to the people for whom that inspiration was meant. Every inspiration that a human being gets has corresponding entities, that is human beings and institutions, that it will work with, that are supposed to connect with it for that result. Now what you will do is to let that energy sink into you and become one with you, and then it will start sending out vibrations, vibes out there, like a power station, like a booster station, like those telecoms masts. It starts sending out vibes, and then of course these people, maybe one out of them may know you already. You discover that somebody starts thinking about you from nowhere, and then when you have internalized this thing and it has become part of you, and you make a call or you may pay a visit, you find out that they say, oh, I was thinking about you just some few days back. I've been thinking about you regularly. And when you present this idea to them, you find out that it is an easy buy because it has presented you in a marketable light. It has presented you as the bride, the cherished bride. That's what happens. But what mistakes people make is that they've been told that once you have an inspiration, run with it. And they run, but that energy has its own limits. At the time they are running with that energy, the energy is here and they are here. They are not one. They are not consummated. They have not been mixed. They cannot achieve any results. Remember when Christ was invited with his mom to a wedding in Cana, and they said there was no wine. The mother was trying to move him to do some things. He said to the mother, don't you know that my time hasn't come? We are talking about a bundle of transformational energy speaking, but he was biding his time. There is a time for everything. There is always time for every inspiration. Now, let's go back to the other part, which is very important. I already said that inspiration is actually subtle material energy that is actually sent into the individual who has a responsibility to actualize it into material energy. That is for the material world at the level of the mind. But at the higher level, which is the level of soul, the inspiration is higher energy. That is the divine energy that is sent to the human being with intent to lift that person beyond the level the person has found himself as a human being. It is the energy that is God energy. It is energy that is, all energies are God energy, they are from God, but this particular energy has an address. It's coming directly from the throne of God, and it is taking that person back to that throne of God. That's a different level of inspiration. All you need to do is internalize it. So how do we internalize? How do we nativize an inspiration? By spiritual practices. What are these spiritual practices? I'm going to give them to you right now. When we talk about spiritual practices, people begin to have some ideas. No idea. Just listen. Simple. When you are inspired, the first thing you are to do is to understand that that inspiration did not come to you by accident. You did something that made that inspiration happen. Inspiration don't happen as happenstances. They don't happen by accidents as something that, no, there is a way. There are people who consistently create inspiration. Inspirations indeed are created. So how do you create inspiration? Now there is something I want to show you now. You understand, I have been saying in virtually all my videos how powerful you are, how much loaded you are. Good. Now, there are people who live their life, they don't spend up to 5% of their human capacity, their potential. Now, there are others who come to this world and they are fully spent and exhausted. So that at the time of their demise, at the time of their departure, they are so light. Everything about them is spirit. Spirit just totally exhausts their propensities, and they are the superhumans in this world. Now, what you should do every morning as you wake up is to say, I am aware that my powers are enormous. I am intent on exploring every aspect, every power of my being. I may not at this moment know how, but I am open to the possibilities of my powers being fully explored. This particular life I am experiencing, I intend for it to attain its best possibilities, its highest possibilities while I am in it. All the potential of my body, I intend now and ever for them to be converted to possibilities and eventually realities that I and everyone around me can experience. I choose that every being that comes into contact with me be transformed into higher levels, that their next phases of life will be easier for them to attain by just making contact with me. I choose to be a blessing. I choose to be an elevator. Whenever life intends to bless anybody, I make myself available. Whenever anybody requires help that a human being can render, I make myself available. I choose to be a resource base, a resource house. I offer myself to serve at the highest and at the lowest level of life. Now, when that is your confession, that is your prayer, you are actually offering to serve. You are offering to be of use, and that is the highest office on the planet, service. When you do that, you know what's going to happen? The entire universe is primed to understand that there is a worthy co-creator out there in that space. We can see the light pulsating, seeking, asking to be connected with. What you have just done is that you have called on the powerhouse of the entire universe to connect with you. All the broken links that mind, matter, and illusion had made possible in your life will now begin to be reconstructed. Keep that quest on. Every morning as you wake up, you repeat it. Every night as you go back to bed, you repeat it. When you are moving about and you are tempted by negativity, you will repeat it, because that is where your power is. This is how to create inspiration. It don't happen by accident. When you are inspired, it's because at some point you made a pronouncement and you positioned your mind and at an angle that is directly connected to the source, and then there was a strike, and that strike traveled down with that energy into you. So understand that you can create as many inspirations as possible in one day if you understand the skill. When things that are not so positive happen to you, you ask, what is the highest possibilities from this? What is the best outcome that can come out of this? Don't live a life of feeling and expressing disappointment or blame. No. Ask for possibilities. When people say or do things that are not complimentary to you or to anybody else, make that decision. Make that pronouncement. What is the decision? To experience the best possibility from that situation. In this case, you are simply telling the universe that there is no evil in your space. You are open to learn. You make yourself a perpetual student of life, and that is where the power comes from, right? So inspiration is a very powerful thing. Now, when inspiration comes, how do you handle it? When it is bubbly, it is boisterous, within you, restlessly, your body chemistry will change. Now, that's not the time to run. It is time to go inside. This is where meditation comes. First thing you say, I welcome this visitor. You are my friend. I accept you with all of my heart. You find a place and grow from there. And then you turn to the universe and say to God, whichever one you believe in, and say, the purpose for which this has come, I wish to fully utilize it for the good that it is meant to serve. Guide me, show me what to do, and all its material equivalents and all its spiritual equivalents in the universe, I am open to receiving them now. I seek help on how to make use of this. Thank you. You sit down on the spot until you focus on that energy as it is in you. Just focus on it and be having this conversation within your heart. You'll be surprised at what happens. You'll find out that boisterousness that was going to begin to settle down, and when it fully peters into you, you will find enormous energy and enormous clarity. As you allow that inspiration to sit down deeper and deeper into you, you begin to see pictures of possibilities of how to work with this energy. Those who run at the first instance of inspiration, they are the ones that lose it. They peter, they gas out, because they now use the energy of that inspiration to run and they burn it out. You are not meant to use that energy to run. You already have the energy to run. This energy that has come is a directional energy. It is a connective energy. It came to link you to your helpers. Not really your helpers, but your fellow workers in the universe. That's what they are, not really helping you per se, but we call them helpers all the same. It is meant to connect you. When it fully settles into you, you will carry an aura that will appeal to those people. You will carry a vibration that will appeal to those people, to that community, and your vibration will heighten, and you will meet up with the source where that inspiration came from. You begin to function at that level, and all the forces at that level will be available to be of use to you. I want to let you know that you have all the powers, you have all the possibilities, you have all it takes to be yourself. Just open up, connect with the source, and all things are possible to you. All things are possible with you. That's all I can say for now. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do. If you have never shared our videos before, please share this. Let your friends have them. Okay? Don't keep this thing to yourself. Just understand that when you come across something that serves you, you will have to share it. That is your selfless service. We want this channel to grow, and we are committed to keep making videos that are of use and help to anyone who needs it. Thank you very much, and God bless you.